Okay, this is part 2 of 4-2, solving systems of equations by substitution. So this example 2, we're going to write equations and apply the substitution method. So here we have a word problem. A vacation resort offers surfing lessons and parasailing. If Camila takes a surfing lesson and goes parasailing and she will be paying a total of $175. On Friday, the resort collects a total of $3,101 for activities. The question is, how much does each activity cost? So if we look at the image over here, at the resort, we see a total of 16 people go parasailing and a total of 20 people take surfing lessons. The first thing we're going to do is identify or define each variable. We're going to let X represent the price of a surfing lesson. And we're going to let Y represent the price of parasailing. So our goal is to write equations, so we need two. We're going to need one equation to represent Camila and the other equation to represent the resort. So we know Camila takes a surfing lesson plus goes parasailing and pays a total of $175. On that Friday, we know that the resort has 20 people go surfing. So 20 people times the X price for surfing. Plus 16 people go parasailing. So 16 times the price of parasailing. And we know that they collected a total of $3,101. So here we have the two equations in our system. So we know that we're looking for a variable to be isolated, which none of them are at this point. So we're going to take Camila's equation and we are going to isolate for the variable X, which means the inverse of adding 5 is to subtract 5. So that's going to give us X is equal to 175 minus Y. Now that we have this variable isolated, we are going to take this part of the expression and substitute it in for X over here so we can find the price for either parasailing or surfing. So I'm going to say 20 times whatever X is equal to plus 16Y is equal to 3,101. And in here, we're going to substitute 175 minus Y, since that is the same thing as X. So we have a distributive property here. 20 times 175. Go ahead and calculate that. It should give you 3,500. 20 times Y is just negative 20Y. And we have plus 16Y, and that's all equal to 3,101. If we combine our like terms here, we get negative 4Y. And the other parts of the equation remain as they are. So the next thing to solve for Y, we are going to take the inverse of 3,500, which is subtracting 3,500 from both sides of the equation. That leaves us with a negative 4Y is equal to negative 399. And lastly, divide by the coefficient negative 4 to solve for Y. And Y equals $99.75. A negative divided by a negative is positive, since we said that Y is equal to the price of parasailing. We know that parasailing is equal to $99.75. We're going to take this information, substitute it back in for Y in Camila's original equation, and solve for X. So X is equal to 175 minus the value of y, which we found out to be 99.75. Therefore, x is equal to 75.25, meaning that the price of a surfing lesson is $75.25. The next part is to check the solution by graphing the system of equations. For this, you can use the Desmos graphing calculator. You are going to enter the original equation of x plus y is equal to 175, and then enter the second original equation of 20x plus 16y is equal to 3,101. Once you enter it, you are going to notice that if you click at the intersecting point of these two lines, it is going to confirm the intersecting point of 75.25 as your x value and 99.75 as your y value. So make sure you do go to the Desmos calculator and verify for yourself. This try it here. I'm going to help you set it up, but then I want you to go back and complete it and answer the question. We know that on Saturday, the vacation resort offers a discount on the water sports. To take a surfing lesson and to go parasailing, this time it's going to cost $130 instead of the $175 that Camila paid. 25 people take a surfing lesson and 30 people go parasailing, and the resort collected a total of $3,650. The question is, what is the discount price of each activity? So to set up for the single person, they take a surfing lesson plus a parasailing lesson, and the cost will be $130. 25 people times the cost for surfing lessons plus 30 people times the cost of the parasailing, we know equals a total of $3,650. So follow the steps above to figure out the new prices and then figure out the discount price of each type of activity.